Têkkel Talk Show live. It's Thursday evenings where we encourage a culture of recognition. But Alberic, it seems to be we are also renowned to bring the rain. It's cold and wet once again on this Thursday evening. How are you, my friend?
Lekker en koud daai nie. Baie koud, baie bitter koud. We hoop almal is lekker warm by die huis. En en wag vir 'n vuurwarme show. We've got a jam-packed episode again lined up, and welcome to Tekkel, guys.
No, for sure. Like we said, we have a nice show tonight. Again, we will feature one of our live events, which we actually we managed to attend, and we are obviously going to show you some behind-the-scene footage of a very nice experience for myself and Alberic. But it's all about entrepreneurship, all about businesses. So we thought it's so appropriate to speak about it because there's a lot of startup businesses, small businesses, especially during this time, Alberic, that is really they are really being innovative to keep head above water during this COVID-19 period.
Yeah, precies. I think it's something that's been going for a year and a half now, almost. And the pandemic has struck everybody, and especially small businesses, because these guys, their livelihoods on the line, their bread and butter. I'm a business owner as well, and it's tough. So any exposure that would help, help small businesses, we here, and we wanna help where we can. Again. They're the livelihood of our economy. They're the blood in our economy. So yeah.
No, for sure. And tonight it's all about encouraging that culture of recognition, where we recognize those brave ones that are obviously brave enough to start a business, to make sure that the business is sustainable, and even during these trying times, that they also push through and make sure that their businesses remain running. Before we get there, obviously. As always, we have a sneak peek. We have a look at some of the sport results. Alberic, it wasn't a good weekend for you and your Western Province side. They went down to the Griquas at home, and it seems to me it is the first time that the Griquas has beaten the Western Province in Cape Town in some time.
True, and that's what made the results so remarkable. You can see, for example, the way they went on when the final whistle blew. Really fantastic to see. It just shows that the Currie Cup is still alive and it's still, beats in our hearts, and it's just such a important competition on the locals front at least. But it's a disappointing result from my side. But give it up to the Griquas. They kept it to the end. I think Western Province made a few subs towards the end of the game, which could have maybe altered the game towards the end. But a game is 80 minutes, is not on 68 minutes, etc. So well done to the Griquas.
No, for sure. And then there you also see the Griquas then had to obviously try to dig deep, but the Pumas there in the match early in the week, 26 points to 22, beating the Griquas. So it was it was very very interesting result. The Griquas losing to the Pumas, but then coming to Cape Town and making sure that they get the points there. Moving on, obviously there were a lot of rugby, but a lot of the games were impacted by some COVID. Players testing positive, and then also the British and Irish Lions now. Also impacted. Georgia impacted. The Springboks obviously impacted. So, there we have another fixture that's coming Friday, the 9th of July. It's the Cheetahs versus the Pumas. And we're obviously hoping that we will see that game come off and that all remains well for that game to be televised.
Yeah, no, it's a pity that these games are being so affected by COVID, but that's probably just where we're at right now. And you cast your eye a bit forward and you look towards the Lion series and you wonder, what if a player or a major player on either side, whether the Lions or the Boks side, gets affected? How will that impact a up and coming test? So it's gonna be a tricky season, a tricky period at least. But hopefully we can get some rugby and get the rugby that's on our schedule.
No, for sure. And then obviously the screen that not many of us want to see is the results of our beloved two teams against the British and Irish Lions. It was the Lions that had a go at them first. And like we anticipated last week, we said, perhaps we just want the Lions to be competitive. They were for some instances. They played well in certain instances, but playing against a team, like the British and Irish Lions, you compromise so much. Although it's at home, it's the young Lions team. They lost 54 points to 7, and then obviously later that week, my Aram Mashakis, they were competitive in some instances, but you don't make mistakes like that against the Lions. And there again, another 50 points. So it's going to be very difficult for our Unions, Alberic, to play these midweek games. And we know now, given the situation with the Bulls and the COVID impact on that game obviously postponed, but now replaced with another fixture. The Sharks will have another opportunity to play against the British and Irish Lions. Ek weet jy hulle uitsien na die ene.
Man, what for me bekommerd is, and I mean, you look at how the Lions stood in New Zealand, the previous times, and possibly even against Australia before that. The franchise was still competitive. I just find it so strange that we're having this big scores, 50 plus, taken against us. Yes, we expect the Lions to dominate the game, but with that big score, that bigger gap, it's strange, man. And I almost want to say we shouldn't be too complacent as SA rugby fans going into the United Rugby Championship, because with I don't want to have this the old years when we got back into 94, or sorry, post 92 at least, when we got back into World Rugby. We thought we could beat everybody, and to the All Blacks was so slut, wow. So it's a big wake-up call for us to have a good look at ourselves and just look at our structures and make sure that we are competitive, against the international teams.
No, for sure. And obviously, we take into consideration that these unions, the Lions, the Western Province, the Bulls, the Sharks, the Cheetahs, they will have players that is taking part in the biggest Springbok scene. They are training with the Boks. So they are in the Sharks, you have got Fassi, you've got Lucanio you've got various other players like Mapimpi, who's been absorbed in the Springbok side. But you would want the guys that are waiting in the wings to be more competitive. On the other side, realistically speaking, we've got a British and Irish Lions made up of Scotland, Ireland, England, Wales, the best of the best. So even, like I said last week, even their second string side, the team that will not perhaps play in the test, they are still a very good side. And Hein Pieters, on again, just saying, hulle kon mos maar die naweek die Pumas gespeel het, wat 'n blootstelling. Baie goeie punt, die goeie implikasie vir dit is COVID, né? Ek dink die Sharks was in 'n spesifieke bubble, hulle is bo in Pretoria. Dis baie moeilik om 'n gekombineerde span te kry, of 'n span wat nie noodwendig binne in daai spesifieke bubble setup is, om nou die Britse Lions bloot te stel aan 'n ander span. Waar speel hulle? Move jy nou die Pumas Pretoria toe, want ek sien al die games wat op beloftes gespeel. Al die implikasies. En ja, ek dink ons moet die mense krediet gee. We need to give credit to SA Rugby behind the scenes, doing the hard work, trying to pull this off. Is nie maklik nie.
Yeah, I think this weekend, I think one of the journalists that commented, in fact, I think one of the commentators that said that it was such a, to get into the stadium is already a mission. So that bubble is there. It's specifically created to make sure the players are safe. How COVID still creeps in, it's one of those things. But it's difficult to plan these games. I mean, big up to the Sharks for giving it another go. Hopefully, guys, please, not 50, please, guys.
See, man. Yeah, so let's just hope the Sharks this time, they've learned their lessons and they've been more competitive. Before we step out from this, Alberic, I think if there's anybody that's involved in all these matches, especially from an administrative or coordination point of view, there's a lot of things, saying we should have moved to the UK. The test should have been postponed with another year. We could have played it in Australia, in New Zealand. From my side, I think I want to take my hat off to SA Rugby. For trying to take this up. We know the economic benefit it will obviously generate. The Lions, they are here now. Obviously, there's a lot of curveballs happening. We are still unsure whether we will actually see that first test. But from the Têkkel Talk Show, out to SA Rugby, everybody behind the scenes, so far, we know the obstacles, we know the challenges. It's not easy. I don't think any other country and their administrator would have been able to even, attempt something like this in a country where we are in the third wave of the coronavirus. So from my side to the SA Rugby team and everybody involved, well done. And we hope that we will see the tour and the series being played, and that we will see rugby, the Springboks against the British and Irish Lions.
And while we're all in bubbles and playing with empty stadiums, Euro 2020 is going on, guys. Full stadium and het gaan gerook. So yeah, guys, there's the results.
Ja, en jy kan sien hoeveel mense Engeland support. En ek sien Hein Pieterse is op die lyn. Hein, jou Belgiese span het nie gemaak nie. But we've got a lot of England supporters in this country for football. It's probably something to do with the Premiership, the Premier League. The Premier League, I don't know. But England is hot property in South Africa, and there they are. They've gone through to the final.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be a massive one. Italy versus England this coming weekend. It's going to be fantastic to see some Sunday football. England is definitely a team to be reckoned with. I mean, they've taken some of the bigger guys down, so it's going to be interesting to see how they will handle Italy. It's some good football all around. Some tense games, been really thrillers all the way to the last minute, and fantastic football overall.
Putting you on the spot, Alberic, Italy or England, and everybody on the line, let's get involved. Who do you think is going to take it, Alberic, Italy or England?
You know what? I almost think it's England's time this time around. Hopefully, hopefully they can pull it through. They've got so much support, man. If you see the way when they score a goal, I don't look at the players scoring the goal. I look at the Owen sitting row agter. Hoe gaan daai pere aan? It's crazy. They're fanatics. So hopefully they can pull it through against Italy. Let's see.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's going to be, obviously, there's a long wait for England since they've last won any competition, but it's difficult to choose between the two. But there you have it. The fixture for the Euro 2020 final this coming Sunday, Italy versus England. Please comment, who do you think will walk away with that, prestigious title? I think it's two of the form teams. And I also say, heads off to Italy, and they're goed gespeeld. Two of the form teams, not two of the favorites when this competition started, but I think two of the informed teams. Great momentum on both sides, and I think it's going to be a great spectacle this coming Sunday. So we're also looking forward to that, Alberic.
No, for sure. I think there's another comment coming through from Rowan van Zyl. He said England.
I say England.
England.
Ja,
is dit Engeland supporters? Is dit Engeland supporters?
Baie Engeland supporters. Ek dink dit iets te doen met die Premier League. Ons almal support Premier League teams. So ons gunsteling spelers speel in daai team en dit iets te doen met daai, maar ek het op die social media gesien ons arme Bafana maak ons nou nie die major competities hier. Hulle gaan nog daar kom. Maar omdat ons nou nie in Euro bly nie, ons kyk die kompetisie is Engeland mal. So Rowan nou sê natuurlik hy hoop Engeland gaan deurgaan. Guys, I think we are here to speak about entrepreneurship, Alberic. Before we get to our two guests and before we just reveal the brilliant invitation that we had and where we were entertained, let's just have a look. One of our regular viewers, Furlo Toron, you obviously commented on our Facebook page, and we said, do you have a small business? Did you start a business in the COVID time or even prior to that? And what is the type of business? So for those of you that missed the first series, Furlo Toron was one of our feature guests. He obviously, started his own business, but he's got a very unique story. He broke his neck in rugby in 2016, left him paralyzed. And then with his therapist, after, having some discussions, they said, listen, let's start a business, Alberic. And what a wonderful business they started. They started a clothing business there. The two of them are Furlo, obviously, now in a wheelchair. And he is one of those fond viewers of the Têkkel Talk Show, commented on, and he said, listen, guys, I started the business with my therapist. He lived here right next to you on the picture. They are now running a business for clothing for people with disabilities or with shortcomings like furlough. And they've got a range of products, but obviously the products, I've also bought one. The products that caught my eye is the interesting slogans on his t-shirt that he has, and he's got a very interesting competition as well that he's running on the show tonight, where you can win obviously 3 t-shirts to the value of 750 rand. Barrick, it's very innovative type of designs that they have.
And no, for sure. And I mean, if you look at these t-shirts, they just shout who Furlough is. I mean, we know him being a stand-up comedian and being a funny and again, you could see even with the t-shirt by Superpower skipping cues. That's what Furlough's about. I mean, he's he takes his disability seriously, and also, but at the same time, he also makes it comfortable for people to wear and to be proud of it, to show that they do support people in this kind of causes. So yeah, well done to Furlough and his therapists. That's fantastic to see. And yeah, guys, check out the t-shirts on display. There's a Not All Heroes Wear Capes t-shirt, and there's a We Are All Equal. And if you look at the little bar below, We Are All Equal, that is all symbols that represent equality. So either Braille or ANSI or sign language, and also and also just showing that anybody of all disabilities we are all equal, and that's a fantastic concept. So well done to Furlough and the team.
No, for sure, and I love this. There you have it, guys. You've got the terms and conditions, like their Facebook page or their Instagram page, and then send them a slogan which you think it's appropriate for people able or disabled, and then obviously mail your idea to their email address as well. And there on the screen now, you've got their website, www.clothesandaidfordisabled.com. The t-shirts, it's only one component. They've got a range of products for people with disabilities. They also sell wheelchairs. They've got a range of products. Go and check it out. I just love the t-shirts. I got myself a Not All Heroes Wear Capes one, where I feel that those people that still like Furlough, positive, energetic, even with the shortcomings, the challenges of life, they still continue. And I say to myself, they are the heroes of today. So guys, check it out. Please participate in this competition and get your submissions in before the end of this month. And if you are lucky to win one of those prizes, 3 t-shirts to the value of 750 rand, you would obviously know by the 2nd of August. Wonderful competition, a wonderful business, and hopefully in the near foreseen future, we will chat with them or even visit their establishment to see some of the other products that they have on offer. Just great to have Furlough, a viewer, but also someone that has started his business with his business partner.
And what an inspiration! I mean, what excuse is there for anybody to start a business? I mean, he's through his disability, he started a business, and it's a great concept. And we wish him all the best. I think, Furlough is a fighter, and definitely will show through his business. So well done.
No, for sure. Guys, like we promised, we have a feature, and I can tell you, Barry, what a wonderful feature it was. 2 brothers starting up a business, but just the innovation, starting something different. En dan obviously as kos. So ek was eerst in die lyn natuurlik daar by daai besigheid om te proe op die tweede na jou. But it was a great experience, and also opened up so much avenues in my mind as well, as to see how these young guys went about taking an idea, putting it into practice, but turning it into a profitable business. So guys, without further ado, let's have a look at our feature business for tonight, called Smoke Hounds. And here is a small peek at what they are doing.
Tekkel, the team has visited the Smoke Hounds establishment for the very first time. we are visiting a culinary establishment. So Dwayne and Adi, two brothers, have started this concept of smoking meat to perfection, and they have this curbside pickup today, and we are here to experience it, but also to have a sneak peek into what happens behind the scenes at Smokehouse.
So guys, as we always say on Tekkel, we encourage a culture of recognition. And today, we're highlighting a small business that's doing some amazing work. We always cover the topics of sport and culture, and food goes hand in hand with that. So guys, check this out.
Yeah, so Smokehouse started, my brother and I. Always had thoughts of business. We both love food, and that was a natural type of progression in that discussion. And we thought, we want to do something a little bit different than a braai or boerewors role. And we, saw smoking on TV, and we thought, but these are things that, other people will also only see on TV. And I think really fundamentally that's how Smokehouse was born. We had a love for food. We know we can make food. At least we think we can make it well. And so far people are liking what we're doing. This was really just a thought. And I mean, we always tell people, this is purely a case of let's see, it's fun. We love it. It's hard work. It's long hours, but we believe people are enjoying it so far by the responses we are seeing. But yeah, Smokehouse really just started off an idea, and here we are. So it's super fun.
Just to take you through what a typical curbside looks for us, it's long hours. We typically start the day before the time, the usual, pick up the meat, make sure you get all your ingredients for your spices, for your marinades, for your mixes. It's early rise on Sunday morning, 2 a.m. Make sure we get the fire started, get the smokers up to temperature, and on goes the meat, and then the maintenance and the wait begins. 8 hours per set. It's 2 sets, which also then, of course, explains our staggered pickup. We have pickup from 12 till 2, and we also have a pickup from 4 till 6. Maybe you want Sunday lunch, maybe you want a late or early supper. It just gives you the option to do that. We always make sure we try and accommodate all our customers as best we can. They do get to choose their own boxes after all, so that boxes, of course, come with the standard macaroni and cheese. It comes with your barbecue sauce, and it comes with your coleslaw. Then when they do come and pick up, we obviously need to make sure we adhere to COVID protocols, masks being worn, hands being sanitized, watching that social distancing. They give us their name, we get their order together, and then we send them on their way for hopefully a trip to Flavor Town, as Guy Fieri would say.
This is next level. Juicy, soft, the smoky flavor. I think it's absolutely brilliant, brother.
Glad you enjoyed it.
En ek doen net die eet weer. Ek doen net die eet weer. Wow.
Wat ek geëet het, man.
What a wonderful experience, Alberic. What you've seen now is perhaps 5-6 minutes of a condensed clip. We were there from the minute they started doing the wrap, putting the meat in. Ek het later vir oor 5 ure wanneer eet ek. But you know, the perseverance to start a business like this, I was so impressed, and the taste. I'm pretty sure you enjoyed it as well.
No, exactly. I went twice after that, I think. So no, their food is fantastic, and I mean we won't bring it onto the show if we didn't believe so. It gets our Tekkel stamp of approval. For great food. So well done, guys.
Let's get the two gentlemen on screen. They are behind backstage, but just let's get them on screen. Die brain agter die hele storie, Aidy and Dwayne, there they are. The smoke hounds. Welcome to Têkkel Talk Show. Welcome to Tekkel Live, man. Adrian Botha, Dwayne Botha. What an experience.
Thanks for having us, gentlemen.
Lekker, man. Just before we get into the business, tell us more about yourself. Wie is die twee ouens wat met die idee opkom? Waarvan kom julle? Vertel ons 'n bietjie meer oor julleself en waar verstaan julle liefde vir kos?
Let's go by alphabetical order, Dwayne. I'll go first. We born and raised in Cape Town, Bellville more specifically. It's been home all these years. As for myself, I find myself in broadcasting currently, sports broadcasting more specifically. So I mean, it's one of the things that as you saw in the clip and as you mentioned, Alberic, it's sport and food goes hand in hand. I've got the sport part down, and now it seems we're working on the food part of things. So couldn't be happier, man. Really, really happy that we managed to get it off the ground and really keen on seeing where it goes.
That's fantastic. I mean, you can definitely feel the love. I mean, again, with the love between you guys, the way you guys worked it out in alphabetical order, and that's typical brothers work. But from our side, I think we love the concept. I think it's something that, like the way you mentioned on the show, that every day you get smokers doing it because it's such a tedious process. You touched on it in the clip. You guys wake up at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, etc. When does this, let me put it this way, where did this all start for you guys? Was it just a braai? Was it just a matter of I mean, you mentioned the fact that you guys do love food, but where did you really start making that step? Remember, we're in COVID, so that also played a role, I'm sure, in your decision. So how did that come about?
So I think same sport. We love sport, and I think one too many braais around watching a game of rugby or a game of soccer. And I think we get to talking, and like I said, we love food. We love playing with flavors, and we really just thought, let's do something, but let's do something different. Let's do something we think people only see on television, like I said. And really, Smokehouse was born out of that. One too many videos we watched and things like that. And really, that's where we started. And so, yes, COVID has definitely played a role. It is difficult. We usually have these curbsides, like the viewers saw. We have those. We try to have those every second or every third weekend. But obviously, COVID's made that very, very difficult. So it's a matter of, soos Annie gesê het, byt vas. And we will get out on the other side. But yeah, we believe definitely it's something that we love. People have been loving it. Yourselves, we're so happy to have had you and had you experience it. So we think just a little bit of perseverance, like you guys said, and we'll make it through on the other side, definitely.
No, for sure. And we were invited by you guys to obviously come and have a look. Die smokers is daar, het lyk vir my is accustomed for what you need, what you require. It's a business that's not even a year old, but for me, dit loop soos 'n geoliede masjien. Where to from here for the smokehouse? Because the flavors are there, you've got the business concept. Tell us a little bit about your vision for this business going forward.
Yeah, look, Annie, if there's one thing that Dwayne and I have learned in this time that we've been smoking is that you simply never know everything when it comes to smoking. One smoke is different to the next. So besides continuing to learn on this culinary journey that we find ourselves on, for the business itself, we've had ideas. We've thought of where we potentially want to go, but wherever we go, the core of what we do is the people, the customers, and good food. With that being said, there's so many ideas that we've spoken about already. There's targets that we've set ourselves. And I think for now, going forward, especially during a pandemic, especially during COVID, it's important that we keep in touch with our customers, that we also keep in touch with our flavors. We refine that, we get that down to a T, and once we have that trademark flavor, which I'm pretty sure you guys have tasted in the couple of times that you were with us. We really want to make sure that we can make that the flavor of Smokehounds, and then no matter where we go, whether it be a curbside from home, whether it be a market, whether it be a venue of our own, you're going to get the same quality food, the same quality conversation, and pretty much the same love in the food that we put into it.
Awesome. I think just let's run through a few comments on obviously you guys have stirred social media on this side. Smokehounds maak 'n man honger.
That's the plan. Is waar op hierdie winters aand, jy. My mond water, hy die mense wat daar sê sy mond water ook nee, verseker ons is en ek weet daar was iets so smelly vision of taste vision, ons het television. Ouens, die vlerkie, daai pulled pork bun, en dan was daar so 'n sous, ek druk my vlerkie, jy gesien hoe druk ek hom in, nee. Hey, mense, ek sê vir julle. En also, we have also, I think I had that plate, it was mac and cheese, a pulled pork wing, met hy sous in die coleslaw, vir onder R100. Mense, jy gaan nie Nando's toe, jy gaan gewoon Nando's toe met R100. Jy gaan nie ver kom nie. Smokehounds, ek het geëet, ek het vir 'n berry stukkie gegee, en jy weet, I enjoyed it. Daar's vir wat ek sê, dit gaan letterlik gerook. Dit gaan letterlik gerook daar. Hy vra ook natuurlik kontak ons social media details. Dwayne, waar kan die mense julle vind? Waar het julle skedule? Wanneer maak julle wat? Het julle so 'n blaadjie wat julle daar saam met die mense deel?
So I think easiest, follow us on Facebook. We are at Smokehounds. Instagram the same. Our contact details is on there, and we will post exactly when we're going to have another one. I think like we've been saying, COVID has been playing a real role, so we need to be careful as to when and how. So we'll definitely be posting on our social media page as we prepare when our dates are, what the menus are. So yeah, hopefully die mense wie se monde so water. I hope we'll see you real soon. So yeah, at Smokehounds, Instagram and on Facebook, and you can reach out to us there.
It seems to be you've got a few good clients. Yeah, Barry, share the good news with our viewers as well. There's got Pam van Skalkwyk. Julle twee kan myne Robertson toe bring. Ja, baie interessant. Wie weet, miskien sien ons vir Smokehounds of Wine on the River en yes. Robertson groot rugby derby, Smokehounds gaan miskien daar wees. Yeah, we've got some good news.
Sorry, I was just going to say, on your point, that's what it's about. I mean, it's giving exposure to these businesses. If anybody out there, whatever if festivals do happen in the near future, events, corporate events, whatever, family events, for example, please contact Smokehound. But yes, sorry, let's get straight into it. The guys have a special offer, guys.
Lekker. Kan ons eten?
Nee.
Family.
Ek is honger, man.
So there we go, guys.
Smokehound giveaway, ne?
Yeah, Smokehound giveaway. Sorry, Dwayne, you can go in.
No. I was just going to say, yeah, I think all we'd like from the viewers, check us out on Facebook, like our page. And I think we'll drop the hashtag, so Smokehounds and Tekkel. Just comment and we'll pick it up, and then we'll have this 200 Rand voucher waiting for you. We'll reach out to you obviously on Facebook and reach out to you, and then hopefully we'll see you at our next event.
And people, go and check out their menus. They've got historic menus. They change, they chop it. 200 Rand. 200 Rand gaat jou ver bring hoor. At Smokehounds, you can feed a family of 4. Trust me. With a 200 rand, you can buy 2 boxes. Jy kan hom opmix, hulle gooi vir hom hulle eie styles, eie flavors, en natuurlik, jy weet, vir 'n 200 rand kan jy definitief ver kom. Ek bedoel, ek is 'n man wat hou van eet, en my boksie van 100 rand het ek nog huis toe gebring vir die vrou en die kinders ook. Was net lekker.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
But guys, good. From our side in the Têkkel Talk Show, in this climate, in the circumstances where we find ourselves in, to just be brave enough to start your own business, I take my hat off from my side. Then obviously, you know, the flavors that you bring, the uniqueness. It's not something that you can go there to Longstreet and pick it up. It's a unique business. You need to come to Smokehouse to have it. So from our side, we say we want to encourage a culture of recognition. From our side, the Têkkel Talk Show, well done on taking it up first and foremost, and for bringing a unique experience to us. And you can see some of your clients obviously on social media tonight saying thumbs up from their side. So well done, guys, and may your business grow from strength to strength.
Hi, Neil Barrick. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it to you guys and the Tekkel team. You mentioned the uniqueness, the flavors. I think for us it was important when we set off on the Smokehouse journey. Myself and my brother, we told ourselves no shortcuts at all. If we want to do this the proper way, if we want to deliver the quality product that people get to see on TV. I mean, ideally, you want them to see something on TV, come and taste it by you, and want your taste to exceed the pictures they were seeing on their screens, and that's exactly what we were going for. So far, it seems as if we are delivering on that promise of giving them and giving the customers the quality that they deserve. And I believe when you pour your heart, your soul, and everything else into a project like this, it leaves very little room for failure.
Oh, for sure.
Love that.
Now, guys, I think, from our side, may your business grow, and hopefully, we will see you at the big events. We know that you've got the business concept. We're hoping to see you at the IRB Cape Town Sevens when they do come. At the big cricket matches, at the Route 66, at all those nice fancy markets in ons challenge gehad, al die pad van Robertson, gaan skit vir Robertson and the Wacky Wine Festival and Wine on the River, wys vir hulle wat smoking is op die level wat julle kan doen. Mag het goed gaan met julle besigheid. Het julle die hashtag, dames en here, Smokehouse, ID en Dwayne live hier vanaand saam met ons. Manne, baie dankie dat julle hier was, en ons hoop dat ons sommer groot dinge gaan sien van Smokehouse vorentoe.
Thanks, Andy. Thanks, Albertic. And thanks to all the viewers also and all of the support we've been getting. It's been awesome. Thanks, guys.
There you have it, guys. There you have it. ID and Dwayne. LB, if you have these guys starting a passion, starting idea, putting it, into practice. And then obviously, hulle het vir ons een keer gesê, sorry guys, nie die Sondag, we are sold out. That is how good they are. And we had that experience. It's just wonderful to have them on the show.
No, exactly. And that's what it's about. I think we want to share this with the viewers and let them know how special it was for us, experiencing, smoking at its best. And yeah, guys, there's still comments coming through. We just want to say thanks. Suzgo saying this food is a gift to yourself. The flavor, the preparation, the meat falling off the bone, delicious. Well done. That's awesome. So yeah, fantastic, guys. Yeah. Look, I mean, again, a business is always difficult to start, but especially in this time. But with that goes a lot of heart. So we give it up to Dwayne, Adrian, and the Grace team as well for starting these businesses, and we hope they go from strength to strength.
Yeah, and then obviously, it was not all about food, but we closed it off. So tonight, obviously, a good evening to get something warm on the stove. So for Gavin, ek weet Gavin en van die ouens, hulle het gewys 'n stampinstoot en die een het gewys as 'n seafood sop. Keep those passion for food going. But who knows? Maybe you can just change that concept om net vir jou vrou 'n bordjie kos te gee. Laat sy betaal vir die kos, man. It's a business, you know. And that is what we want to trigger. You put your passion into practice and make sure that you obviously drive yourself to reach your heights as a businessman. Thanks also to Grace and to Furlough and Eletia for obviously sending that information through. Alberic, 40 minutes has flown by again. But we obviously want to encourage those businesses to comment on our Facebook page. We also have an opportunity for any business to advertise on Têkkel Talk Show, Tekkel Live. There we have it to advertise on our show. Contact us, tekkelchat@gmail.com. Enige iets van skoene tot spices. Jy kan enigiets adverteer hierso om onder ons viewers se aandag te bring. Daar het jy dit, tekkelchat@gmail.com. Obviously next week, Alberic, we will be back to our guests, our live guests. We have got 2-3 guests now in a row lined up, and that will be back from this coming Thursday onwards. But I think I really enjoyed this different type of show where we could give exposure to our entrepreneurs.
Absolutely, and again, that's what we're about. We repeat it week in and week out. Is encouraging a culture of recognition, and we're encouraging. We're highlighting entrepreneurs in this episode just to say, well done, guys. Hats off. It's fantastic to see, and we want that spirit of entrepreneurship to grow. In no matter what age you are, you could still be starting a business no matter what it is. You've seen people, starting at late in their years, and they manage to have very successful businesses. So, guys, please don't let it stop you. Drop us a line if you guys want to advertise, whatever it may be. Like Annie said, kan skoen ook wees, kan jekkerry wees, kan enigiets wees. Dat weet vir ons, dan kan ons dit op die show wys.
And to all the entrepreneurs out there, the brave ones, keeping the economy running under this difficult circumstances. May your businesses grow. Alberic, to you as well in the team at Dream Fuel. I know you're running your own business as well. May it grow from strength to strength. You are the heartbeat of our economy. We can't all work for the government. We can't all, have private sector jobs, but we can start a business. And we obviously, through small business enterprise development, we can make a difference in the struggling economy of South Africa. Even during this pandemic, even during these challenging times, perhaps you've got the answer to keep our economy pumping and make sure that small businesses thrive in these difficult circumstances. Until next time, guys, at Têkkel Chat, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, my co-presenter, Alberic. Until next time, we're out.